thing you missed was the introductions. Nothing happened so far. Oh,
Yep.
and I'm really happy that RGG, aka Redgunnerguy, actually opened up 16 hatch, cause
He got it in time as well.
yeah, I think it could have been like much a little bit earlier, but yeah, he has been opening up 18 hatch, so yeah, I'm very happy that he actually opened up 16 in this game.
Yep. I don't really like the Overlord movement. It's a bit pointless, but it's fine.
Yeah, I realized that is stuff he does against Protoss and Terran as well. Yep, and everything looks rather standard from both players. I
Yep.
think yeah, Red Gunner
Completely standard.
guy has been really well versed in playing the hatch first again, especially against Terran, because the only time he opened pool first is against Zerg. So yeah, pretty sure is very comfortable with opening up against opening up hatch first against Terran. Yeah. Oh, very
Yep.
nice
I
around.
don't know why he pulls that. I don't see the need to, but alright, you do you, my man.
Yeah. Wait, I seem to have recalled him doing this game. On his stream yesterday, I believe. I'm pretty sure
Ah,
it's this game because I remember when I came back, right? It was right at the moment where he just killed the SCB. So I believe this was actually from his stream.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna see a tech lab from the barracks into a factory. I'm not very sure what this is supposed to mean for the Terran,
Mm-hmm.
but he only has one Marine. What do you think?
Yeah, this is a very odd build, but I wouldn't be surprised if he actually swapped the factory with barracks maybe. But I'm not sure. Why has to he gotten a tech lab first? Because that's very unusual.
Yeah, like what is he supposed to be making with this? Like, he doesn't have a second gas. He's not gonna be able to get a stim because he's no gas. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure what this is meant to be. Two
Yeah.
tech labs.
Meanwhile, I think Red Gunner guy actually pulled and make extra links just to save the Overlord, but unfortunately he wasn't able to. But I think he could deny the expansion of the Terran player.
Yep, this could be on hold for very, very long. He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to go up the ramp. He's doing a
Mm-hmm.
lot of damage just by delaying this already. And
Yeah,
he could even get a cancel.
that's a very good call. He even picks up the stray marine that's on the outside the natural entrance. Yeah, he should be starting up his third base relatively soon if he plans to play standard and not all in.
Yep. Wow. Oh, just in the nick of time. And it goes down. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, the links are in. No, not in. Oh, they're in.
I'm not sure if jumping on the CC would have been a better choice instead of going for the mineral line, but I think he could still do quite a lot of damage. Here is some dancing in between the Hellions and the Lynx, and he actually manages to pick off the Hellions again.
Yeah. Warflow is not gonna lose too much because those links are quite badly beaten up by the Hellion. But it's still a bit of mining time.
Yeah.
And he's starting to float. And he hasn't finished the CC on the low ground.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
So,
the traits are really bad for Red Gunner guy, but I think he did a good job just killing the Hellions and even forces the Terran to lose some mining time, which is I think it's good enough, as well as the delay on the second CC.
yep, for sure. So, it looks like Redgunnerguy is gonna have a lair and a Bane nest at kind of about the same time. Maybe he'll be going
Mm-hmm.
into Bane speed and just saying, well, I don't think you deserve to be in this game. I'm just gonna Bane bust you and kill you.
Yeah, I think this is a relatively safe Bane nest, and I think the safest option when you want to play Link Bane is to go for Bane speed first, because that's a very safe option against any form of Terran pressure, rather than opting out for the +1 carapace first.
Yep, totally agreed. Only problem I have with Redgunnerguy's play right now is that he's not really injecting, so he's actually floating a lot of money because he just doesn't have the larva to spend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think overall a really good scout from Red Gunner guy. He actually sees the barracks factory and the starport as well, so he should know whether there's any form of BCs or Banshees, which they both are ruled out because there isn't a tech lab on the starport itself.
Yep. So he should assume that this is going to be some kind of stim-based bio play, and maybe with a tank because of the tech lab that we see on the factory. So all very very standard early game PvZ. He's gonna lose another Overlord, which is kind of sad, but that's okay.
And actually, two more overlords are arriving on the side of Warflow. This might be a miss rally, because I don't think you want to lose the overlord in this case, especially when you especially two overlords.
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, it's not very okay, but it's not the worst thing. He's making a lot of Banelings now, so... What are they for?
Yeah, this is a very unique situation.
Yeah, because like the majority of the Banelings that he made were in his main. Yeah, so they're just kind of chilling, I guess, but nothing else to read into right
Actually,
now.
I'm wondering, why is there 3 marines on the map? Did he actually try to push out with 4 marines before that? Because I wasn't noticing. Yeah, he
I
came. Yeah.
feel like it might have been like scout for more overlords kind of thing.
Yeah, I think
Because
so.
it kind of walked all the way to RGG side of the map, and then it walked back up to that horizontal third, and I was like, that's not very normal.
Yeah.
So okay, very cool.
Meanwhile, on the side of Redgunnerguy, he actually fired up 11 drones, which is a very good option for him, because I think he needs drones in this case, and I don't think he can kill the Terran, especially when he has 2 tanks. Yeah.
Yep, I would have really liked to see more drones. I think he could have really been safely on 66 drones and taking his 4th base right now. Double upgrade starting up is also very nice. And then going into the Hydra Den to play it Linkbane Hydra with the option of going into Lurkers. So all a very nice setup. Maybe he can start by killing the rocks outside his natural as well.
Yeah, I think very good scouting from Redgunnerguy. He actually morphs Overlord at the back of the Warflow's main, and he actually got an overseer scout of the entire Warflow's main base. So he actually knows that this is definitely bio coming up.
Yep, and then he can make enough Banelings and get a nice surround when the fight comes to him. Also getting into some Hydras, not too many, which is nice, because you don't want to get that clunky mass Hydra situation, but you want a very mobile Linkbane force that can surround your opponent and crush them.
Yeah, meanwhile, I think this Viking's gonna get a sort of a full scout on the main base of Redgunnerguy.
Yep,
Yeah, and
sees the Hydra then, and knows that's gonna be Linkbane Hydra.
yeah, that's very important, because he knows the composition. And yeah, I think going tanks in this case is definitely a very good choice, considering that Redgunnerguy is actually going for Hydra Linkbane.
Yep, for sure. So normally if the Zerg is gonna be playing Linkbane Muta, or even pure Linkbane, you would want Mines, because Mines are much better source of splash against these units. But against Hydras, the superior range of tanks will be much more useful.
Yeah, and 2-2 actually started up for Redgunnerguy. I think that was a pretty well-timed 2-2, right? He basically started it right after his 1-1 finish, so
Yep,
yeah.
very good timing on that. Even getting the Lurker Den, amazing. And the Infestation Pit is just in time so that he will get his hive right as 2-2 finishes.
Meanwhile, on the side of Warflow, he actually started up additional factory as well as a Rex, just to get probably more tank production. I think having double tank production is it's pretty nice to have, right?
Yeah, so when in TVZ, we often see pros go into double or even sometimes triple tank production when they're playing against Lurker Hydra or like Linkbane Lurker or Linkbane Hydra into Lurkers. So the main reason is because tanks outrange Lurkers by a lot, and they are also very good against Lurkers by dealing extra damage against armored targets, which Lurkers are. So they're just a very ideal unit to be having in these scenarios.
Yeah, but I'm not sure about Warflow actually clearing up the rocks and not clearing the creeps. I think that actually benefits Redgunnerguy instead of him. Oh, and
Yeah,
really
definitely.
good, yeah, really
And
good
look at that.
Bane hits, man, from Redgunnerguy.
Some insane
Yeah,
Bane crashes.
I think that was the best fight Redgunnerguy could hope for. in that engagement, because Warflow didn't actually split up his marines properly, so they all took very good bane, like very juicy bane hits.
Yep. And that's the last thing you want as a Terran. The Baneling hug of death.
Yeah, especially when you look at the resources lost tab, right? When you see a Berserk actually, a moment ago, he was actually trading better than a Terran.
Yep.
And yeah, that's not what you want, because usually Terrans should be able to trade efficiently as compared to Zerg, because there is the potential of just splitting your marines and stuff. You shouldn't
Yep.
be able to take so much damage from the bane hits.
Yep, you're exactly right. And but that is the complete opposite of what happened. And I wonder if we're gonna see the same thing again. And it seems like no, because there aren't enough Banelings. But that's okay.
Yeah, this was a pretty strange move out from Redgunnerguy. It's only comprises of maybe 4 Hydras and 4 Banes. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
very weird timing as well.
might have been a miss rally, but he does have 7 Lurkers walking up the ramp, and it's not gonna burrow.
I think he's finding the burrow key.
Oh,
That has to be it.
yeah, there was a misplay from Redgunnerguy, actually losing all his Lurkers in this case. Oh, but
Yep.
did he run out of scans?
Oh, yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, there goes the
Oh,
second
okay.
scan.
He just got a second one, but he just got surrounded by the Ling, so doesn't look too good for Mr. Warflow right now.
Yeah, all these trades seem to be just going back and forth. Like, both of them are actually having some slight misplay, but it's actually yeah, just making the game even more exciting in this case. But I think
Yep.
Warflow might just be in too much of a trouble.
Yeah, losing so many workers, losing entire mineral line, most likely gonna lose his third as well, because the Hydras have pretty good DPS.
Yeah, I think really good upgrades from Redgunnerguy, and I realized Warflow actually doesn't have +2/+2 on the way. Wait, actually no, he has +2/+2 on the way, but it's actually later than the Zerg, which shouldn't happen usually.
Yep, that's for sure.
Yeah, he might have forgotten
Uh,
his +2 upgrades.
well, Redgunnerguy also forgot his Hive for quite a while, only remembering it after realizing he can't make +3. So, together with Hive, because Lurkers need Hive tech to unlock their upgrades, right? You can make Lurkers at Lair tech, but you can't get their upgrades until you get Hive, so Redgunnerguy still doesn't have his Lurker upgrades yet.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate, and he's actually opting to start Lurker speed first, Lurker Bro speed first, but I don't think that is gonna be necessary because Warflow is gonna tap out. GG.
That's right. GG, well played by Redgunnerguy.
Yeah, well done. Looks like his stream went well.
It's a stream effect, you know. You play on stream, and then you get like +300 MMR.
I don't know if that happens for me, because usually if I play on stream, I tend to play worse.
Yes, same. I just lose all my games on stream.
Yeah,
It's sad.
that's why I usually have a streaming account, because I don't want to lose too much MMR.
Ay ay ay.
Alright,
Sneaky.
so we actually missed out on Viole versus Aranisph game number 1, and we actually casted game number 2 just now. So we are gonna be heading into Aranisph versus Viole game number 1. I believe this is gonna be a PSL game, which is a Philippine Star League.
I think Storm League or something like that. I
Oh
don't really
yeah,
remember
might
the
be
name. Yeah.
Storm League. Yeah. Yeah, streaming account. It's very important.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
In the top right-hand corner, playing for Kingslayer Gaming Team, it is our young Filipino Viole.
And in the bottom left hand corner, we have our red Protoss player. He is Artanis PH.
Yeah. Wonder what his PH is. Must be basic.
Oh, anyways, fun fact, man. Do you know what what do you call it again? KSGT? What is it?
KSGT, Kingslayer Gaming Team.
Okay, anyways, Kingslayer Gaming Team, it's a team formed because they want to take down Ender.
Ah, I
Yep.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so Vio actually told me, right, that this team just comprises of people that really want to take down Ender. So if you realize, right, Viole actually plays a lot of TVZ, and I think
Ah,
Yeah,
That's why.
his TVZ is actually I'm pretty sure it's way above his other two matchups. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like it as well. The way he plays, really, really clean when he plays PTVZ. But when he plays like other matchups, it's like he forgets how to play Starcraft.
Yeah, speaking of which, I think we did have a really close game. I think in PSL where Viole play against Xting. I think he made it into the round of 16 group stage, which is gonna be happening on 30th January. So yeah, if you guys are interested into watching the Philippine scene, you guys could take a look at their live stream. I believe it's 30th January for Viole's group stage match.
Yep. Details are, as always, all on Wikipedia. You can check out the Storm Challenge Cup, I believe. Let me just.
Yeah, I have no idea. I thought it was Philippine Star League.
No worries.
Right, so the first Reaper from Viole actually picks off the probe of Artanis. I believe he wasn't trying to. Actually, no, he might actually be going for a proxy pylon, but unfortunately, Viole's Reaper actually found the probes and sniped it.
Ah, that might explain why he took such a big detour and has 1 kill.
Yep. Yeah, I believe this is definitely the Reaper wall, right? That you're saying?
Yep. So this is actually a Reaper, semi-Reaper wall. So what? Wait, no, it's not. There's a gap between the core and the gas.
Oh, whoop.
I
Rip.
was gonna say it was it's the Reaper wall, but actually there is a wall between the core and the gas. So what normally we want to do with this wall is that we prevent the Reaper from getting free access around the mineral line, because the Reaper is super fast, and you just want to catch it in a little area in case it just goes in there, so you can kill it.
Oh wait, no, I realized I wanted to say Hellion wall, but yeah.
Helen wall. Yeah. So this is actually an okay Helen wall because you can complete the wall with any building. So it's really nice if you think your opponent is gonna be playing Hellions and you don't want them to multi-prong you at the front and in the main.
Oh, the Adept actually manages to get into the base, but unfortunately he's just gonna lose the Adept without actually scouting. I'm pretty sure he didn't get a scout of Viole. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Joe
very
was smart with
unfortunate.
his buildings, and he put them really far back, so the adept actually didn't get to see anything except a building's second barracks.
That's right, and I think that's a Raven opening. Is this very common in TVP?
Well, it kind of depends. The Raven opening is very safe because it automatically shuts down the Dark Templar. It can be very strong against Colossus opening because when you push with your 3-1-1, for example, with stim and combat shields, you will have enough energy to disable 2 Colossi. So it's
Wow, that's a
all
lot.
around a very safe opening. You can also use it to deny like observer vision because the Raven is a detector, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't see it that often when I play on ladder myself, but I do know some people that really swear by building a Raven in the early game, like Dark.
Oh, and I realized I believe this is gonna be a two-base Colossus build, right?
Yeah, from what I see, we have 4 gases from the Protoss, very early Robo Bay, so we're gonna see some Colossus production in no time, and we should also be seeing a 3rd base go down with the amount of minerals that he's banking.
And yeah, as you have said, this is gonna be a 3-1-1 opening from Viole. Yeah,
Yep.
I think the Raven's gonna be looking to drop some auto turrets, pick off a
Yeah,
few
definitely looks
probes.
that way.
Yeah,
So
I think right as the Raven's coming, Artanis actually put down his 3 stalkers, so his main
yep.
is actually a little bit exposed. Although there's gonna be a shield battery, which means the auto turret's not gonna be able to do much at all.
Yeah, I think I would really like it if Artadis just goes for a Forge and gets +1 and chronos it. Because he
Oh,
really has a lot of energy on those next side.
really defensive overcharge used by Artanis, because I think he doesn't want to take any damage from the auto turret itself.
Yeah, for sure. Seeing double auto turret, maybe I think that was reasonable as he only had one stalker to defend it, so that's understandable.
Mhm. And meanwhile, on the side of Viole, he actually finishes his 1-1 upgrades as well as his steam upgrades. And yeah, his steam pack, sorry, his combat shield upgrades actually gonna be finishing out relatively soon.
Yep. So this is actually a slightly more aggressive version of the 3-on-1 because instead of going double upgrades, he skips on one eBay and +1 armor. Instead, he just goes for single eBay and +1 attack. And what this does is that gives him a bit more resources to add on maybe 2 more marauders instead of having them as marines. So that packs a bit more punch against units like stalkers and colossi.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point because I think usually Terrans only usually always get 2 upgrades unless they are doing some form of timings, right?
Yeah, definitely. So
Y-
we're gonna see the biomine push, and I wonder if the Raven's gonna be able to join up. Although it doesn't have energy because it just threw down a bunch of auto turrets, so it it doesn't feel like it's gonna be a good time for Viole to attack into the Protoss right now.
Yeah, and I do believe that although 3 Colossus is the magic number you want to get against Bio, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but I think he has Thermal Lance finished already, so I don't think Viole might want to attack into this army.
Yeah, Viole's marine ratio is kind of high, and those marines are going to be completely useless when they just come face to face with the Colossus, and the mines are also going to be a bit more irrelevant when they try and run into the Colossi. So it was a very good choice by Viole to not engage into this army, and instead just kind of keep up the threat and just keep up the pressure and try and force Artanis to stay at home.
Yeah, I really like the tactical retreat from Viole, and I think one thing I realized from Viole is he really likes to leave spotter marines out on the map, which I think that is a very good thing to do, considering that if you're just out of position, you might take more damage than losing 1 marine.
Yeah, for sure. That is definitely always a good practice to have spotter units to just to make sure that you don't miss things that your opponent's doing. I think in this case it was kind of unfortunate because his sensor tower is a bit too far to the left, so it doesn't spot like the warp prism flying in.
Mhm. And yeah, just with this warp prism move out, warp prism on Viole's main base, he actually forces Viole's entire army to just move out back and to defend the zealot harass. So I think that's a really
Yeah.
good move for Artanis because now he has the opportunity to move out right now.
Yeah, and we see that 12 SCVs had actually gone down just to like a zealot run by in the main. It's surprisingly large amount of damage
Yeah,
for
this
something that should have been cleaned up.
yeah, I think this is definitely too much damage taken just from the little bits of zealots that he put in the main space. Yeah, and I think this attack actually is pretty good, right? Considering that he has space to breathe now, and he gets a 4th base up for free. In this case.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's really good move to multi-prong at the front and then force him to have to split his units because Biomine, the thing about Biomine is it's already bad against Colossus, so you kind of need more like Marauders to be on the front.
Oh my
But at
god.
the same time, you have to split into the main, so it can get kind of awkward.
Yeah, really good forced use of Martinez on the right hand side corner. But unfortunately, the bottom side flank of Viole actually manages to clean up all the Colossus, which I think this is a very good trade that Viole will
Yeah.
take any day.
This could be a big turning point because right now the Protoss army value has been completely reset. He doesn't have Colossus, he doesn't have Storm, he just doesn't have army, and most importantly, he doesn't have shield battery. So this could be the start of the end, the beginning of the end, as they say, as we
Yeah.
see Viole starting to do a parade push across the map.
Yeah, this is very bad for Artanis because his Colossus count actually got resetted. This means that he doesn't have any form of splash damage to do against the Bio. Yeah, I think he has to sack his 4th base in this case, although he might narrowly hold against this small Bio force.
Yeah, and the problem is that without Blink, he's not gonna be able to juke the mines, and even if he had Blink, it's also very difficult because there's just so much bio in front of the mines that even if you wanted to trigger it and blink away, you would still have to tank the bio. So it's a very tricky situation for Artanis to manage.
Yeah, and I think meanwhile on the side of Viole, Artanis actually tried to send in Warp Prism, but unfortunately it was shut down by 2 Widow Mines carefully
Yep.
and strategically placed on his main base.
Yep, that's a really great move by Viole right there. I hate it. It's so annoying when I just like rally my prism and then it dies and I'm like, oh my god, why?
Yeah,
But
and
great moves.
I think that even though Artanis actually lives, and he actually pushes Viole's army back, but he lost his 4th base, and this means that he is gonna be mining only on 3 base. And yeah, I think his main base and natural is gonna be mined out pretty soon. So he might want to either expand or just be pushing into some sort of all-in.
Yep, I think he's just in a very poor position right now. He has a lot of minerals, but very low on gas. So he can't really make a lot of tech units. And if we look at his army, it's a lot of charge lords, 3 storm. Right now he has like 3 storms
Mm-hmm.
and 2 colossi, which is a very ragtag army. He doesn't really have the meat to be tanking the mines, for example. He doesn't have the splash against the marauders. Like he doesn't have disruptors. He doesn't really have storms,
Oh,
and he just doesn't have enough. It
yeah,
feels like.
2 storms already used up, and those storms weren't the best Artanis could hope for. But although this storm is definitely better, the 3rd and 4th storm, yeah, but I think he's being pushed into a corner, and all his colossus and army is just gonna be wiped out here.
Yep, the Vikings just getting free reign to snipe the colossi down, and the bio just cleaning up.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Artanis was pinned and cornered by Viole with a very good flank, and I think Artanis should have backed off in that position because
For sure.
he actually has his 4th base coming up, so he just needs to pressure Viole and just prevent him from coming across the map.
But I feel like it's also a bit of a slippery slope because if he doesn't if he doesn't pressure the Terran,
Mm-hmm.
he will never be able to, like, if he doesn't get the tempo lead, he will never be able to get his 4th up, and then if he doesn't get his 4th up, he's 3 base against 4 base, and that's just like GG. Like he just doesn't have to play the game. So I think while it wasn't the worst move, but getting caught in that area was just horrible. He just lost everything because he just got caught.
Yeah, I think just from this game alone, I think judging from the resources lost tab, he actually lost 5 Colossus already. Like imagine if he actually has all the 5 Colossus alive, I think he would definitely be in much better shape.
Yep, for sure. I definitely agree with you there. And right now, although we see that, well, Viole doesn't have a lot of workers, but he definitely has a very healthy army count and a very high-tech army count with the ghosts coming into play.
Yeah, and all these trades from Artanis, I don't think these are really fantastic trades coming from him. And he keeps getting his Colossus count resetted, which is definitely not what he wants in this case.
You are absolutely correct, and I think we are gonna see Viole muster up what's left of him. No, I mean Artanis muster up what's left of him and try and put up a fight. But he should know that it's pretty much over.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I think Artanis actually is only producing Colossus all out of 1 robo. So keeping the Colossus alive was actually a very important part from his composition. Because if he loses his Colossus, he could only get 1 Colossus at a time, which is pretty, yeah, it's not the
Yep,
best situation you want to be in.
you are very right. And right now, even if Viole doesn't push in, he does have 3-3 on the way for his bio,
Oh, is this gonna
which
be a Doom
is
drop?
yeah, which is gonna be so much more powerful than just having 2-2 for the Protoss. And yeah, this looks like a massive Doom drop, and
Oh,
oh no,
yeah,
that move command.
yeah. I think a miss rally or of units, especially the Colossus, and yeah, he's just gonna lose 2 Colossus without actually firing any shots at all. And I think situation is getting very dire for Artanis, and there's a big amount of army in his main base, and he is actually unable to deal with it, especially with the amount of Widow Mines bro on the high ground.
Yep, it looks like GG is gonna be called real soon. Pretty good storms, I would say, but it's not gonna change much.
Yeah, I think with his main base actually pinned down, he's gonna lose all his production and his tech buildings. Yeah, GG, well played,
Yep,
Skull.
GG, well played, very well played, good game.
Alright, anyways, Azariel said, I enjoy this analysis. Yeah, that's,
I enjoy it too. Don't worry.
yeah, definitely enjoy this. Yeah, I've been thinking about how I should the style I should be casting games. Yeah, but it's a little bit problematic, especially when it comes to Terran and Protoss, because I don't really have much uh in-game knowledge as compared to like Zerg matchups. Yeah, but glad we have Alpaca here. He's supporting me with a lot of Terran and Protoss knowledge. Alright, and I think this is gonna be our last game of the day actually.
Alright, it's gonna be a 3v3.
Yeah, but is this our last game? Let's actually double check. Yeah, this is actually our last game. Right.
Alright, let's get into it.
Alright, anyways, for those of you that's still on the stream, yeah, thank you for staying. Yeah, but anyways, this is gonna be the last game casted. Yeah, and I hope to be able to do more replay casting in future.
Yeah, boy. Come on and give us some support.
Yeah, so actually do send in your replays. I should actually have like some sort of avenues where you guys could send replays in future.
Yeah, we could set up like a maybe like a
Discord
email
server.
account or
Yeah.
Discord server. That would be good.
Alright, so I'm gonna introduce the top right-hand players. So, the first player, our orange parent, he is gonna be PeoNsaGe, I guess, or Sage.
Yeah, PeoNsaGe, I guess.
And our second player is a purple Protoss. It is Ace.
Portgas the ace, maybe.
Oh. And the third player, oh wait, how many K is this? Okay, it's gonna be 8 Ks. It's gonna be called 8K. 8K,
8K.
AK. Yeah, AK.
Yeah, nice.
Nice pun, man. Nice pun. This guy's definitely going for the. He gets 10 out of 10 for having pun names. Right.
Yep, boy. Alright, in the bottom left, from the left side, our red Terran. It is Dlsmizel. And his teammate, Nuks. Blue Protoss. And finally, the last teammate who doesn't seem to like building things in his own base, it is Azzin. As we see a proxy hatch all the way to the other side of the map.
That's a. I think that's a very different build coming from him. I think the first few 3v3s he was actually going for a very standard Hydra Link Bane. But this time he's actually adding on something spicy, which I really like.
Yeah, I wonder what he's gonna do this time. Lings.
Yeah, I don't think there should be any form of links or spines. I honestly think that if you proxy in this location, I think it's gonna be roaches. But I think all the proxy hatches today was definitely not they're definitely not roaches. They're all links. So I'm gonna go
Yeah,
for
you're
links
right.
in this case.
Yeah, it is actually roaches, as we
Oh.
do see a roach warren in the back of his main. Yeah, I think because you see the high ground in the center of the map, it's all rich minerals, like gold minerals.
Oh.
Right. I think he could have taken those bases if he wanted to do links. You're right.
Yeah. So I think on the side of our viewer submitted players, actually they're going for I think rather standard and not really aggressive plays. Although I think the Reaper's actually dishing out a lot of damage and just preventing Mizo to just get any just getting his second CC done.
Yep. Well, he brings back his own Reaper, and it's gonna meet up with another Reaper.
Oh, a Spine actually starting up for Azzin.
Yep. We're gonna see how aggressive this is gonna be. Oh, two Ravagers immediately being morphed. Ay, what is going on?
Yeah, and I think the basis of 8K AK is actually not very particularly fortified. But
I think you're right.
Yeah, there's only 2 stalkers, and with the reinforcing adapts from Nuks, I think he's just gonna be able to force 8K's probes out of the natural.
Yeah, and then we see our orange Terran PeoNsaGe going for mass Reapers, which I mean, it's not the worst, but it could be better. Ace is gonna get a snipe on the OV, which could be painful on supply for Azzin.
Yeah, and the Spine is actually paying for itself right now, because the Stalkers aren't able to kill the proxy hatch. They are forced to move back into the base. Meanwhile, on the side of Azzin, he's actually losing a lot of drones to the 3 Reapers of PeoNsaGe.
Yeah. PeoNsaGe is continuing with Reaper production from 2 barracks. And saying, well guys, Reapers are good units, I don't know why you don't want to make them, but I'm gonna make them.
Yeah, this actually lowers the drone count of Azzin to a mere 14 drones. And I'm pretty sure that he actually started out with a very low drone count after the proxy hatch.
Yep, you're absolutely right, and he's just in the main base ransacking it. No more drones alive, no drones mining for Azzin. What is he going to do now?
Yep. And meanwhile, more gateways actually dropping down from Nuks. And yeah, I think Dlsmizel's just going to be sitting back with his tanks, playing defensively.
Yeah, he's trying to save the situation for Azzin, but it's just too many Reapers right now. And Azzin is most likely just gonna lose all his drones. Oh my mama.
Wait, meanwhile, I think I have no idea what happened, but PeoNsaGe actually pulled all his SCVs down to the ramp. Might be due to some harassments that I didn't actually catch.
Was it maybe an Oracle?
Oh yeah, it might be an Oracle. Yeah, it might be an Oracle.
Yeah, looking at how Nuks got 14 workers, 14 kills with his Oracle. Might have been that.
Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, I was wondering why PeoNsaGe supply was relatively low compared to his peers. Yeah, and I guess the Oracle's actually dishing out a lot of damage to PeoNsaGe economy.
Yep. Now Ace is on the other side of the map with 12 Stalkers. Let's see what he can get done here. I don't think that's gonna be a lot because we've got a tank by Dlsmizel and we've got a bunch of Stalkers as well.
Yeah, and I think the Liberators are just gonna be picked off at the start of the fight itself. And yeah, I don't think yeah, Ace is just gonna be heading down. He's just not gonna be pushing up this ramp, especially with a siege tank on top.
Yep. He's like, just a prank, just a prank. Don't get mad, serious.
Yeah, and I think the creep spread from Azzin actually is actually gonna be starting to be really annoying. And yeah, I think with the creep spread, he's just gonna be able to tell units that are moving out of this ramp that is shared by 3 of the opponents.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to tell when they move out, which is gonna be super annoying. But oh, that's if they don't remove the creep. I hope they know what detection is.
Oh, meanwhile, I think we have 3 drones actually moving down from Azzin. Oh, it might be a miss rally. I thought he was gonna do something special. Yeah,
There's
but
nothing he can do.
yeah, I'm just hoping
He's really broke.
that he could get his natural really soon. But I think after the proxy failed proxy hatch, he's very behind compared to his teammates. And yeah, I think Nuks actually macroing really well. I think he has the highest supply out of the 6 players in here.
Well, I kindly point your attention to the pylons that are blocking the naturals, the hatchery spots that near Azzin's base.
Oh.
Just being a complete dickbag about it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And yeah, I think that's the problem with having as your teammate, right? Because you just can't build buildings on creep. It's gonna be really annoying once it starts spreading creep. Oh, and yeah, Nuks is just gonna take this fight, and the prismatic alignment is actually gonna be firing up, so it's gonna be just slicing or rather, lasering
it's 3 DPS. That's what it means.
Yeah, and oh, on the side of 8Ks, he actually has more void rays than Nuks. But I think this fight is actually relatively close. But I think Ace is gonna be winning, although Dlsmizel's reinforcements just gonna be helping out and clearing up the Ace army.
Yeah, Ace is complaining to his teammates. Oh, you noobs, why you no help?
Yep, I think if they are actually not pre-planned party. I guess if they're not in the party, they'll probably be blaming each other right now.
Yeah. They're just gonna be like, why you noobs no help me? What the hell, man?
Yeah, and
the easy team.
I was just expecting that Nuks would take a dip into his supply after losing so much stalkers. But his supply is still the highest among the 6 of them. Whereas compared to Ace, he actually lost a lot of army supply. Now he's dropping a lot in actually his supply.
Yeah, Nuks taking a pretty good fight in the main of PeoNsaGe, but I'm not sure how this is gonna turn out. Getting completely jumped on by all 3 people.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate, especially when he blinked up. He probably doesn't have a blink off cooldown, so he couldn't blink down. That was a very bad trade from Nuks. Although
Yep.
he is still macroing up pretty well.
Yep, you are absolutely right. And it's a really rough situation because Smizel's on Bio and Azzin is kind of just on Ling. Not even Ling Bane, just Lings, and it's just gonna be a very low tech army from both of Nuks teammates. So I'm not sure exactly how this is gonna work out for them.
Yeah, I just think that Azzin actually fell way behind because of the failed proxy hatch. Even though I think PeoNsaGe took quite a lot of damage from the oracles, but I think he seems to be recovering relatively well. Yeah, he's gonna be macroing up, getting a lot of bio tanks actually.
Yep, now PeoNsaGe is pushing across with Stim research. I don't think he has combat shields. Nope, he does not have combat shields. And he has +1 on the way. But what he does actually have is a lot of Marines.
Yeah, I think
So he could just Stim on whatever he sees.
Nuks is definitely gonna need help against this combined push of Ace and PeoNsaGe. And as I said, that Dlsmizel is actually swinging by on the left flank, and he's gonna be able to help Nuks to clean out this army.
Yeah, Dlsmizel just goes, well, you wanna play with Stim? I have Stim and I have +1. Come here, boy.
Yeah, and I think I realized that so far the fights all have been 2v2s actually. Like most of the fight, yeah, they don't have all 6 players actually combating the enemy at the same time.
Yep, a very bold move by Ace, trying to take the gold base in plain sight. He's just completely disregarding his opponent, saying, I don't have opponents, I don't have any opponents in this game. I do what I want.
Yeah, and we have a 4 stalker run by actually on Zin's map, but it's gonna be cleaned up relatively easily by the Lynx. And yeah, I think Nuks and Dlsmizel is actually looking to take the 3rd base, deny the 3rd base of 8K.
Yep, and I think they will be very successful, and in fact, they might even have a chance to push into the main holding area of the 3 players.
Yeah, but I think
although
yeah, it's with that choke point and the 3 siege tanks just soon to be 4.
make that 4,
Yeah. I don't think it's just gonna be enough to break the main ramp. But they could actually do a kind of a soft contain on the enemies.
Yep, that's for sure.
Oh, meanwhile there is a Void Ray round by actually from 8K. That
It's gonna
explains.
be a lot of air.
Yeah, that explains why he doesn't have unit on his side of the map. Yeah, and it's gonna be cleaning up Azzin's 3rd base.
It's gonna be cleaning up Azzin if nobody does anything soon.
Yeah, that is right. I think it's very unfortunate for Azzin. He actually has been the only one taking damage from the harassments of the opponent players. Like first it was the Reapers, and now it's the Void Rays.
Where is Azzin, man? He hasn't been past 3 base. And his
Yeah.
teammates are just casually expanding.
Yeah, I think the Measles is trying to catch the army of 8K, but unfortunately he doesn't find the army. And
Yep.
yeah, I think they're just gonna be going back for another push again.
Who knew that Marines don't walk as fast as Void Rays flew? Oh, surprise.
I think they're just not on enough drugs. That must be why.
I mean, they only have so much health, my man.
Doesn't matter, man. You for the Dominion.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, and I think PeoNsaGe actually did a relatively good job recovering. Yeah, considering that now that he has quite a sizable army, although he only has 1 medivac. The 1 medivac's in charge of actually healing 45 Marines. It's gonna be a job cut out for him.
Look, think about it this way. You don't need to heal them if they're dead.
And I do realize that the Measles is actually going for like a pure bio force without any factory or tank support. And yeah, although they have a sizable army, I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to just pull through against the number of siege tank that PeoNsaGe has.
I feel like with Dlsmizel. Wait, no.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Dlsmizel, he's getting +2 ship weapons, and then he's getting a 2nd armory as well. I think it's a very good chance for him to transition into like Sky Terran maybe.
Yeah, and I think once again, really good rotations coming out from Nuks and Dlsmizel, because they actually managed to pick off the third base of the yellow Protoss 8K again.
Yep, great moves, and Nuks just casually floating around with his Warp Prism saying, I'm gonna be an annoying little pickback, and what are you going to do? Nothing.
Yeah, and I don't know. This feels like I thought this actually feels worse for the Nuks team, but they're actually having so much better supply compared to PeoNsaGe team.
Yep, I think they have to be careful though, because Ace himself is getting up in Colossi count, and if they want to go for the Mass Marine versus Void Ray strategy, they have to be afraid of the Mass Colossus as well.
Yeah, and I think K8K is actually doing a relatively good job and just denying Azzin's expansion. And unfortunately, it has to be Azzin again. So yeah, definitely not feeling
poor
good.
guy.
Definitely not feeling good if I'm Azzin right here. And actually, Infestors and Hive actually finish up for Azzin. I'm wondering what is he going to be going for. Maybe it might be some fungal support for his team.
It feels like it's gonna be fungal support for the Void Race.
Microbial Shrouds?
Very likely as well, but they don't really have that much air damage, right? It's like carriers, it's just Void Race.
Yeah, that would be really interesting. I haven't seen the Microbial Shroud actually helping out the allies. But anyways, Zaro, see you next
Thanks for
time.
tuning in, man.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Oh, there was 2 command centers going down.
Oh, very good fungals coming up
Ay.
from Azzin. Actually fungaling the majority of the Marines. See, but
Yeah.
unfortunately fungals doesn't do really well against Colossus. Oh, and Nuks army is just caught up.
Or is it? Are you trapped in here with me, or am I trapped in here with
Meanwhile,
you?
there's a 360 surround, or rather 180 surround coming from Nuks team. Yeah, and the reinforcement of Smeezel is actually coming in, and they're just gonna be able to clean up the forces of PeoNsaGe as well as the Void Race very easily. Oh wait, no, it's not the Void Race.
The Void Race are gonna get caught alone, so this could be a very big cleanup if he doesn't recall out of there soon.
Yeah, Smeezel just has a lot of Vikings. I believe he's just able to just kite the Void Race endlessly. I don't think he should take the fight.
This is gonna be such a huge, massive fungals here. We're gonna see it, the Void Race get stimmed on and just completely melted.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. I think 8K might just be like on adrenaline rush. He actually forgot that he could recall in that position. Yeah, and just losing all the Void Race in this case just means that he doesn't have any more army anymore. He can't remake any army, and yeah, like Nuks actually has a Zealot round by on his main base and loses quite a few probes to it.
Yep, dealing great eco damage as well as killing his army. This is amazing movement by Nuks' team.
Yeah, I have to agree as well. Yeah, things might have looked dicey for Nuks' team, but yeah, they actually doing a really good job denying the expansions of PeoNsaGe team. So yeah, they're just not able to capitalize on their army.
Yeah, for a moment I thought Nuks was gonna go to 7th Colossi because he's making 2 more, and I was like, come on Nuks, you don't do that. Don't do that to me. Then he cancelled the 2 Colossi, and I was like, okay, that's better.
Yeah, and I think this is very interesting composition from Azzin. He's actually going for Ling and Infestors. And yeah, I think the Infestors actually pulled their weight in this case, because just killing all the number of Marines as well as the Void Race, I think they paid for themselves.
Yep, definitely. Very, very cost efficient units and very great playstyle and control.
Yeah.
So we see that Ace has tapped out. He's like, well, fuck this team. They're a bunch of noobs.
Yeah, just 3 base only from Ace, and actually only 2 base left for 8K, as well as 3 base from PeoNsaGe. They're just mining out. They're not able to just muster off any forces to deal with the combined forces of Nuks' team.
Yep, and that's basically GG as it's 1-on-3. Well played.